Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. The other day I came across an interesting list, 10 common spelling mistakes that haunt bloggers. This is a list of common spelling mistakes that native English speakers make. Accept, advice, advise, alright, effect, affect, everyday, it's, past, quiet, quite, then, than, whose. Every day is a common one, and that's one of my personal pet peeves. You might have heard me talk about it before. The only one that I don't really agree with is alright. Alright is an informal way of writing alright, but I wouldn't say it's wrong, and in fact, I think I prefer it as one word. And I think it's definitely fine for most informal blogs. But still, it is important to remember that alright is the informal or non-standard version. So if you're doing some formal writing, then you'd better write alright as 2 words. The other day, someone told me about a site called Tatoeba. It's basically a multilingual dictionary of sentences. You can search certain words and it'll give you example sentences using that word. For example, I put from English to Japanese and typed in pumpkin, and the example sentence it gave me was, "What a big pumpkin." And then I clicked on that sentence and I found it in 3 other languages too. So if there's a word you're trying to learn and you're struggling to understand how to use it, then you could try putting that in and seeing what it comes up with. And if you're interested, you can register on the site and you can contribute to the project by doing things like adding some translations. Kia ora, in Stick News today, a researcher in New Zealand has found that fish can talk. According to news reports, a University of Auckland marine scientist has discovered that fish can talk. He says they communicate with noises including grunts, chirps, and pops. Apparently, fish communicate with each other for different reasons, including attracting mates, scaring off predators, and orienting themselves. And that was Stick News for Wednesday, the 28th of July. Kia ora. Today's word is on. For such a small word, on has quite a lot of meanings and quite a few idioms and phrasal verbs too. One idiom using on is to be on about something. It's an informal idiom which means to talk about something or to mean something. Last Monday I asked people if they had any radio shows or podcasts they recommended, and Mother Superior 85 recommended Scott Mills Daily. So I subscribed to it in iTunes and I've been listening to it. I've listened to about 6 or 7 shows so far and it's pretty funny. One of the segments on his show is called "What Are Those Kids and Old People On About?" And on the shows I listened to, they played some audio of a young boy describing something, and the guests, the people who were playing the game, had to guess what he was talking about. So what's he on about means what's he talking about. The hand gesture. Yeah, I know what that is. How do they do that? Do they slap the phone? Is that common in New Zealand? You know what a high five is, eh? Yeah, like this when you're celebrating something. Well, on that show that I listen to, Scott Mills Daily, they do high fives on the phone. No, they push the 5 button. The announcer, Scott Mills, says to the guests at the end of the conversation, "High five," and they push the button. Oh, this is a British show, but no, I've never heard of that before. I think it's just something that he made up. Which is correct? I watch the Daily English Show every day. B. It's the best show ever. A. I've watched them all except the latest one. B. Today's show was quite funny. A. Today's show was more interesting than yesterday's show. A. And that was the Daily English Show. In case you didn't know, this show is also available as a podcast, so you can easily download all the shows right back to the very beginning. You can find out more about that here. See you tomorrow. Bye.